ASMar. If you don't know me, hello, welcome. And today someone of you asked me to make a soft spoken video, so I chose this one because I think that you will enjoy it. So let's start. Today I have this bunch of books and I'm going to show my collection. It's obviously these are not all the books I own because life, and I haven't read them all. Some I have, some I haven't, but I'm gonna show you. So let's start. I'm gonna start with the one I am currently reading. It's this one. Well, most of them are in Spanish, but I'm going to do my best to translate. This book is written by Rudolf Steiner. He's the creator of anthroposophy, I think it's called in English. In Spanish it's called anthroposofia. I am a fan of this philosophical branch. I would like to know if you know something about this. And he's also the creator of the Waldorf teaching method. So yeah, his work is really interesting. This is the first book I read, written by him, and it's called Atlántida y Lemuria, which in English is translated as I think it's the same. Atlantida and Lemuria. I don't know. But well, there's a branch of science that believes that before all that we know now as human civilization, there were two previous civilizations, Atlantida and Lemuria, when the world was distributed differently. It's thought that these two civilizations were Atlantida was like more like a masculine civilization, and Lemuria was more a feminine civilization. And they had these golden ages, and they were much more advanced than us, like in spiritual technology and also like normal technology. But this is wiped from our history because people say that there are no like physical proof of their existence, mean, I have only read like chapter 1, but I've studied some things about this, and it's said that these civilizations were existing like in a different dimension, so that's why like they were earthly but like in another dimension, so that's why we can't find and can't perceive their heritage. Yeah, because we don't currently have the vision or the ability. We've lost the ability to perceive this. It's like a higher vibration existence, so we can see it. So it's supposed that these civilizations were a higher vibration than us, that like we fell in consciousness. So yeah, it's very interesting, so interesting, and that's why our ancestors, there's a lot of things about our ancestors that seem way more advanced than us, and we can't understand some of their technology. Well, this is why I'm not saying this is true, but I like the theory. Okay, so yeah, this is the book that I'm currently reading. I don't know why I want to say actually, but it's currently reading. So let's move on. Okay, this one I haven't read. Oh, I really like this one. Like this material is better sounding than the previous one. Okay, this is Carl Gustav Jung's. In Spanish it's called Psicología y Simbólica del Arquetipo, and in English is Psychology and Symbolism of Archetypes. I think that's a good translation. I am a fan of Carl Jung. I've read, like, I'm a tarot reader, so I've read a book that he wrote about tarot, and I really love how he like marries science and spirituality. I love that, and I really like his perspective. I haven't read this book, but actually I didn't know that I had it now, like 10 minutes ago, when I went to my bookshelf to pick some books. I found it, so I definitely want to read it, because I think that when I bought it, I can't remember actually when I bought this, but I haven't had like a deep study of and I am so interested and mesmerized by the concept of archetypes. Now I really want to read it. So it also has some illustrations, which is nice. I like that. I'm glad I did this video because now I'm gonna read this book. So next. I have read this. Well, I don't know if you've noticed, but I am a fan of the rock band, the Thorus. I have their logo tattooed and also some of their lyrics. I really like the style, Jim Morrison's style, mixed with the band's style and music. For me, it's mind-blowing. When I was younger, I thought Jim Morrison was like the most awesome person in the world. Now I don't. Now I think he was disturbed. But his art is really interesting. And yeah. So this book is called it's actually one of their lyrics. The title, it's called No One Gets Out. No, how is the lyrics? Because this is in Spanish. Nadie sale vivo de aquí. No one here gets out alive. I believe that's it. And yeah, it's now I want to read it again because it's really interesting. It's like his biography. Yeah, it's his biography. It's written by Lazar Press. Oh no, that's it. Editorial. Hopkins and Sugarman. Is that it? Let me check. Yeah, Jerry Hopkins and Daniel Sugarman. And yeah, he was a really interesting and complex person, and I really like his art. Also, I think this has pictures too. Yeah. So, yeah. I think you know him, but if you don't, here it is. This is in 1966. I would like to know, how old are you? Because if you're too young, maybe you won't know him. 1967, this one. Oh no, both from the same magazine article. These are the Thors. Oh, I forgot all of the band members' names. I just remember Raymond Zarek because he was a genius. He played the keys, but as a band that didn't have a bassist. He also played the bass with his left hand, like in a key. Yeah, it was like a bass keyboard. Amazing. He's a genius. I feel that he gives the music style to the Doors, and like this style is, I don't know, I connect with it so much. Yeah. Yeah, he's a keyboard player. He's a guitarist also. John Densmore, maybe? Oh, no, I'm not sure. Oh, here are their names. So, yeah, John Densmore, the drummer, Raymond Zarek, Jim Morrison, and Robbie Krieger. Here's Robbie Krieger. Yep. Yeah. So, tell me, what kind of music do you like? I'm clearly a psychedelic rock fan. You'll see. So, next we have this I haven't read. I started it, but I couldn't understand that thing. So it's Nietzsche, Frederick Nietzsche. I've never known how to correctly pronounce his last name. But beyond good and evil, más allá del bien y del mal. I was really interested in reading this book, but I think I have to study more of his work before reading this, because I was like blank. I couldn't understand. It was like a few years ago. Maybe if I try again I could now, but I'm not sure. I also no, this wasn't it. But yeah, I don't have much to say about this book because I'm gonna read the abstract. Is that how it's called? I'm not sure, but I'm gonna read it just to remember what this book is about. I'm gonna read it in Spanish, just maybe you won't understand, but enjoy the sound. So, más allá del bien y del mal es la propuesta de un pensador que se sitúa más allá de la razón, de una manera de pensar y de sentirse exaltado por el flujo libre de la voluntad del ser. Al dejarse llevar por esa voluntad, el filósofo se convierte en un verdadero creador, porque se sitúa más allá de los valores que se manejan como criterios lógicos para ejercitar la capacidad de conocer el mundo. El pensador se ve seducido por su propia necesidad de observar con libertad, de experimentar con todo lo que se encuentra a su paso, para descubrir sus verdades de manera lúcida. Lúdica. El filósofo es, entonces, el verdadero creador, el que está está más allá de los criterios de la ciencia empírica y sobre todo de las creencias religiosas o moralizantes. Más allá del bien y del mal, también podrá llamarse más allá de la verdad y de la falsedad, pues la dicotomía bueno-malo debe trascenderla el hombre superior. En la visión del filósofo auténtico, del ser libre y creativo, los polos de esas dicotomías se extienden al infinito, de manera que el hombre supera los parámetros ilusorios, las creencias sólidas y absolutistas, por lo que no le queda más remedio que situarse en la realidad y vivir en ella, aceptando su voluntad y más allá de ella, la voluntad de la vida como única razón para estar en el mundo. Interesting. Maybe I'm gonna try it again, but I'm not sure. Next one. Okay, this is one of my favorite books. So, this is Siddhartha by Hermann Hesse. Hermann Hesse is also known by Damien. I really didn't like that book, but this one, oh my god, this was like mind-blowing for me. So this book is about a child that was a monk, was brought up as a monk, and then he broke out of this dogma, this path, and started living his life like freely, and he did all the things that monks shouldn't do. Like, he experienced life in all of its richness, like every aspect of life as a regular person, but coming from this background, like, gave him like, yeah, well, you should read it. I'm not sure if, I'm not gonna tell you like all of the plot, but it's really interesting. Like, this is one of those books that changed all of my life vision. It's noble. That's how it's called. Well, I'm not sure. But yeah, it's Siddhartha is from La India. From India. Yeah. Like, it's the path of him looking for truth. Yeah. It's amazing. It's really spiritual, and read it. I love this book. This doesn't have any pictures, but it's really easy to read and so interesting. I actually haven't paid attention. I haven't paid attention to the portada, to the front page. Yeah. But now that I see it like in camera, now I understand it. You have to read it to understand it. But yeah, this is a river. But for me it was like more abstract. And till now I haven't seen this is a river. Read this. Love it. Alright. Now this, I'm sure now you know my style. But this is Deepak Chopra's Synchro Destiny. How can I translate it? Synchro Destiny? Yeah, I really love this book. It's about synchronicities and how how they can guide your life. Like they are a team. How can I say it? It's so difficult to translate things in my mind, like these specific things I want to say. But yeah, it's like a teamwork between the universe and yourself. It's not just the universe, it's like the universe responding to you and your will and your desires. It's really interesting. Deepak Chopra is like a new age. He's from India too. So he's like a new age philosopher, if you will. Really good book too. Next. Yeah. Aldous Huxley, The Thorus of Perception. The smallest book, but it has so much juice. This also is a life-changing book because it makes you see that what we know as the truth and as the universe is just a result of our senses and perception of the world. Like the truth, it's there, it's outside, and we perceive it through our senses, but as there is this needed process to experience the world and the universe. We have like a closed. We don't have the whole picture. It's not available for us. And him, when he tried this psilocybin mushrooms, it's known that they like open the they if our senses and our perception is normally much more, and he explains his experience and during a psilocybin trip. Really interesting. Next is I read this book many years ago, but this book destroyed me. I can't actually remember why, but I remember like I was so sad reading this book. Maybe I'm sure you've heard about it. It's Milan Kunderas, La insoportable levedad del ser. I'm not sure if I don't know how to translate this. Let me see. There's the English title somewhere. No, but I'm gonna try to translate it. If you know how it's called in English, please put it in the comments, because I don't know, but it's like the unbearable lightness of being. Yeah, I can't remember that much of this book, but every time I see it, I think there's a movie. I'm sure there's a movie. But every time I see this, I get sad. Like if I have this feeling of there's no sense in life. We are all evil. And suffering is part of life. Well, which it is, but yeah, I don't know. Next, I have Esther and Jerry Hicks. El increíble poder de las emociones. The incredible power of emotions. I like this book because it's the perspective is that our emotions are like a compass for our life. Like if you really observe, watch, understand, and live your emotions, if you translate what they are trying to say to you, they are an incredible tool for life. Next one. Whoa. This is probably my favorite book ever. And lucky for you, it's in English. This book I bought in New York City in 2014. 2014? Yeah. I love this book, not just because it's content, which I do love, but this book opened magic and... Okay, I'll explain because this is magical. This experience I had with this book, I can't explain, but I love it. So, 4 months before traveling to New York City, I had a dream. In this dream, I was in a hotel in New York, and the hotel was full of young people, most of them artists. Like, I was climbing the stairs to my room and I crossed paths with all of these people, like really interesting artists, and yeah, like I felt it was like my kind of people, right? And then my room was on the last floor, and the last scene I remember before waking up is that I got to my room's floor. I saw the number. I opened the door and I saw my room. This room was very particular because everything inside the room was blue. It had blue furniture, it had blue wallpaper, it had blue curtains. Everything was blue, right? Like blue carpet. I woke up, I wrote. That was a time when I was experimenting a lot with my dreams. Yeah, I want to do that again. But yeah, I was dream journaling then, and that's it. So press forward, and now that was in June, now it's September, and now I'm in New York. I was at the Modern Art Museum. I like the last exhibition was a film about rock music, and well, the other, this is the okay. The film was about rock music. I was really interested because by then I was already the Thor's fan, so they portrayed, I don't remember like what was about, but I remember the Doors were part of the film, and also Patti Smith, who is the writer of this book. It's her. Yeah, she's a poet and a singer too, an artist. And well, it was the last exhibition, and it was late. They closed the museum at 5:30, so I was like mesmerized watching this film. And the museum guard came to me and told me, the museum is closed now, so please leave. And I was like, okay. I left and I went there with my mom, right? Like to New York. But she wanted to see the Natural History Museum and I wanted to come to the Modern Art Museum, right? So I went there. We agreed in the meeting in Central Park that it was like the midpoint between the two museums. So I went there and I arrived there earlier than she did. So while I was waiting for her, there was this nomad library. Nomad, yeah. Bookstore. Yeah. Nomad bookstore. It was like in cars. The bookshelves were cars. Really interesting. And I was like, well, while I wait, well, take a look. And like suddenly, like, I don't know how this book, like, heaven opened and light was coming from this book. I was like, whoosh. So I took the book, and actually, if the abstract is really short, it's written by Johnny Depp, and it says, Patti Smith has graced us with a poetic masterpiece, a rare and privileged invitation to unlatch a treasure chest never before breached. Like it doesn't say much, but it's called Just Kids, and it's a book between her. It's the relationship between her and him. He's called, I don't remember, Robert. I don't remember, but it's really interesting. And apart from what I'm going to tell you, don't remember my dream. No, don't forget my dream. It's an amazing book. Like, I really wanted to be an artist, and this book was like the confirmation that I wanted not just to be an artist, but I wanted my art to matter, just as she said. But yeah, I was reading the book. I was still in New York. And look, it has pictures. I was reading it like, yeah, normal. When suddenly she tells the story when they lived at the Chelsea Hotel. That if you don't know, the Chelsea Hotel is a hotel in New York that was like the most famous hotel for artists in the 60s. Yeah, in the 60s. Like Janis Joplin and Jimi Hendrix all stayed there. And it was like, it was known for all the artistic guests that stayed there. But they lived in the Chelsea Hotel for quite a few, I don't remember if months or years. But tells how the second room they stayed, I believe it was the second room they stayed in was on the last floor, and everything inside was blue. Yeah. When I read that, I was like, wait a minute, what? I went to my book journal and read my dream, and yeah, it was like everything was blue, blah blah blah. And then she said like the exact same things, and it was mind-blowing for me. Was it a coincidence? Maybe, but what a coincidence. I love it. And it changed my life. It made me believe in magic and in something more for life. Yeah, I will close with that. I hope that you really liked this video, and I would love to hear about or read about your favorite books. Please comment, tell me which are your favorite books. I really want to know. And if you stayed till now, please put in the comments a book emoji so I know that you stayed